Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. My name's Orlando Ashford, Interim CEO for the National Black MBA Association. And I want to talk a little bit about where we are and where we're going. I came into this role in February of 2025. And over the last 10 months, we've navigated some tough economic times, tough cultural waters, a difficult environment, but we're still here. We had a tremendous conference in Houston with thousands of people participating, engaging in the career fair, pursuing their careers and pursuing jobs, and also experiencing some tremendous content very relevant for today's times. Well, as we move into 2026, the theme is pivot. The theme for our conference in Los Angeles is going to be pivot. The word for many of us throughout this year is going to be pivot. We will have to be learning agile and be prepared and ready to pivot. Pivot within our job. Some of us will be forced to pivot to new jobs, and this year will be an opportunity for some of us to pivot into new waters, entrepreneurship, business ownership, and the like. And so I'm excited about the bright future, but there's a lot of hard work that has to happen in order to make that real. At conference last year, I announced the National Black MBA 2.0, our vision and strategic direction to allow us to augment what we've done for the last 48 years with conference and the last 55 years as an association, augmenting those things with some new service lines, some new sources of revenue, some new content that's relevant to the time, but will also allow us to be much more self-sustaining as an association moving forward. And so let me remind you what we've talked about and then talk about some of our work for 2026. So last year we talked about the idea of taking and building out a foundation. And that foundation will protect and enable the things that we've done historically. Our Leaders of Tomorrow program, HBCU support and scholarships to help young people make their way to conference, and grant writing and the like. And so we want to build out a formal foundation structure that allows those that want to support our efforts, and they can donate freely to continue that great work that we've done for a long time. Another part of the pivot is looking at what are we doing as an association. And so the work is in 2026 will continue to be executing and delivering conference. Conference in Houston, we had almost 6,000 people come and attend. We had some great content. We had 200 partners come to bring their jobs and their roles to identify people for those roles, and we're excited about that work, and that work will continue. So we're excited about Los Angeles. We haven't been to the West Coast in a while, and so we go back with a lot of energy, excitement, and vigor, and we're going to deliver an amazing conference. But in addition to conference, we're launching some other support, what we'll call service lines for our members. And so as I've talked about in the past, there are a number of things in the workforce development construct. So things like talent assessments, workforce assessments, skill building. We'll also provide advisory services for some of our partners. We'll provide outplacement services, coaching services, and the like. So the goal is for National Black MBA to be your partner to navigate your career with your community. And we want to be that partner to help you in whatever pivot you're engaged in navigating your career. There's a couple other things that we want to talk about as a part of the 2.0 strategy in 2026. So we're going down a path to engage in what I'll call venture consortium. Big word, but at the end of the day, the number of people that are in our network are sitting on some tremendous value. The value that you've created with your education, the value that you've created and create every day in the roles that you're in your corporation. And I want to build processes to allow you to translate that value into value that you can monetize for yourself, for your community, and in partnership with the association. More to come. That sounds a bit nebulous, but I'm very excited about what this venture consortium concept looks like. So as I look at my goals for 2026, they're pretty straightforward. First and foremost, we want to build out and execute the 2.0 strategy. Execute the structure and build out the models that allow us to support our members and support them in a way that creates opportunity for you and also builds opportunity for the association. We want to continue our work with our chapters, building out chapter relations. I know our financial position has made that difficult at times, but we are committed to digging our way out of the financial challenge and to make sure that we can restore our partnership with our chapters so that we can continue to do the good work both collaboratively between NHQ and all of the chapters around the country. It's critically important, particularly in this time, in this environment. We have to navigate our financials. As our structure changes, as the role that corporations play, as the role that this new foundation will play, our financials will be restructured as well. So managing our debt, managing our revenues, and doing that in a way that's prudent and judicious so that we can be more self-sustaining long-term is critical. And that's going to be one of our major efforts in 2026. In addition to that, telling our story, telling the story about the impact that we have, the value that we deliver is going to be critical, because I think the National Black MBA Association is going to be an attractive place for many, many people. So growing our membership, those that are early career, those that are fresh out looking for that new job, and those that are more senior. You're going to hear us deliver messages around how do you build and grow wealth, how do you get into monetizing your experience in a different way, whether it's on a board or in a new role or an entrepreneurship opportunity. And so these are all things that the association wants to do and offer in partnership with you. So I'm very excited about what the future holds. I'm also very realistic. It's going to be a lot of tough work in a pretty tough time. But tough times is not something that we're afraid of. And so I want to welcome you to 2026. I want to thank you for your continued support, your energy, and partnership, and look forward to the things that we're going to be able to build with this association over the coming time moving forward. I look forward to seeing you and working with you. Thank you.